0.00. Text field is 0.02. Hello YouTube, it is Riley and Boppets, and I haven't done a video on my channel in a long time, except for the one I did yesterday. And this video is going to be Electronic Game Tips episode 5. This is kind of a sequel to Your Boppet Extreme is Not a Demon. This is kind of a sequel to my last one, which was like about Boppet, like electronic game abuse, why, you know, you shouldn't do electronic game abuse and stuff like that. Can't remember the title. So, just like the last one, I've got a story here. My name is Julius. I came out as a Boppet Extreme, and like most Boppet Extremes, I look exactly the same and function exactly the same. But when I was 8, oh God. When I was about 5 or 6, when I was about 7 or 8, stuff turned out to be pretty bad. We would get criticized or even bullied about bullied by our owners because of our behavior. Because of our behavior and the noises we tended to make, such as something where the system would shut down and a whole bunch of demon, and the pitch of our voices would be so low that it sounds so demonic. Me and my friends were often called demons, or we would even be labeled as being possessed by the devil. I'm lucky to have survived until age 18, but most of my friends have died because of this. They were so terrified, and they thought and because of this demonic belief, a lot of my friends have been abused and sometimes even abandoned in dangerous places. Friends have been abused and sometimes even have abandoned in dangerous places. If they do get abandoned, we'd be abandoned for hours. And sometimes when we get traumatized, when we get abused, it could result in permanent system failures and even death. One of my friends died because a group of men threw him against the wall when he was 15. You guys might know what video I'm talking about, by the way. He was thrown against a wall when he was 15, and then a few minutes later he had been thrown out the window. It was a traumatizing situation. And now I hope this story creates a change in the world, and this story gives out the message to the entire electronic game community that we are not demons. Okay, so let's break this down a little bit. First of all, there might be other reasons. Like, it's probably not just because of, people think, these certain Boppets, they've been possessed by the devil because they sound so low pitch. Okay, let me just tell you that this is not just Boppet Extremes. Most of the time, it's either a Boppet. Most of the Boppets that get pretty much labeled as demons include the Boppet Extreme, the Boppet Original 2000, the Boppet Original 2002, and the Boppet Extreme 2. and maybe sometimes even the Bratz Boppet. These Boppets are commonly labeled as demons. Or, they've been possessed by the devil, all because of their systematic behavior. So, again, however, you know how in the story I mentioned that, like, a lot of these, Boppets that are labeled as demons get abused and even killed, maybe I should use a better terminology here. They get beaten up and sometimes even broken because of this. And it's most commonly the Boppet Extreme. Now, I do not know why, but obviously, I've only seen a few videos, but it turns out that the Boppet that most commonly gets broken because of the label as having been possessed by the devil, in my opinion, is the Boppet Extreme. Now, again, like I mentioned, other Boppets who are labeled as devils or something like that. So if you watch one of those old videos of Boppets getting possessed, they have these labels on them, which I don't think they're appropriate in 2017. Clearly, because if you think about this, they're either labeled as demon, devil, Satan. There's even one video of a Boppet Extreme that has been abused because its owner thinks it's Satan. And the reason why he thinks it's Satan has nothing to do with pitch, or it has nothing to do with the Boppet's abnormal behavior. The Boppet's fine. It's okay. So now here's the confusing part. I just mentioned this. I said, well, normally, if they do like these demon, creep talk jump scares or, whatever, or they go so low pitch, that's when they mostly get labeled as demons or even devils or monsters, you name it all. But to say that you're labeling a Boppet as Satan when literally there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion, kind of just doesn't make sense. Why would you label a Boppet Extreme or any Boppet as evil just because of its normal functioning? So when people believe that it's evil or they label it as evil or something like that, that's when destruction really happens. And then that all turns into chaos. Sometimes electronic game destructions happen for no reason whatsoever. They're not believing in all these, devils or demons or whatever. They're not believing in this. They're destroying this for a different reason. And to me, that different reason is either you don't know that reason, or you know it, but it's not. It's not. That has nothing to do with you wanting to destroy it. So, just like in the story, here are the few tips. Here are the few things that I think we need to be aware about. First thing is that these four older Boppets that I mentioned that previously were labeled as devils, they are not demons. Clearly. Now, all Boppet professionals like me, all of us know that they do those things. It's part of how they function. And so, you don't, it's like insulting a person. You don't insult someone just because of their appearance, or you don't insult someone just because they have a behavior that's not normal to you. It's the same goes for electronic games like this. You don't label something as demonic just because of how they function, how they act, what noises they make, and so forth. Like, it's just who they are. And now, commonly speaking, like Bop It Extremes, we all know, stuff can go wrong. Like, there can be demon jump scares, or they can be high-pitched jump scares, or anything. Even low batteries. It sounds demonic, okay? I get that. But you shouldn't label it as a demon. Like, for example, like a Bop It Extreme on low batteries, or a Bop It Extreme 2 on low batteries, it sounds creepy. And it sounds, it sounds like a demon. Everyone knows that. But just because of that, you don't label it as demonic. Like, it's kind of hard to hard to explain, because you're like, well, it sounds demonic, so then why can't you label it that way? What did I explain to you guys about labeling? Most of the time, now, okay, I know, like, I wouldn't do this, but most of the time, if something gets labeled as a devil, they will get destroyed. Just because of this. Because it's like, you're a demon, it's time for you to die. Like, no. Okay? Stop it. Like, just because, Second thing is, you also shouldn't be labeling something as a demon just because of their normal functioning. Again. So, I would say, if you're going to be a Bop It owner, and you're going to own, like, older Bop Its, just be aware that just because a Bop It's behavior does not make you label it as a demon. Treat it nicely, as if you would treat something else, or as if you would treat someone else. They deserve to be treated, because, like, I talked about this with my mom a few weeks ago. And she said that destroying games means, if somebody destroys a game or an electronic toy, it means that they do not know how to show love and affection. Okay, this makes no sense. So let me break this down. She said, and then I was like, well, do games need love? And she said, yes. Okay, now the love defined here is a completely different meaning from the love you might be thinking about. This has nothing to do with romance. Love here means you are treating it with respect. You are treating it you are playing with it how it should be played. And you are taking its warnings and messages seriously. So, we all know the Bop It 2000 can send alerts. So, love means you are playing with that Bop It the way it should be played. If it gives you a warning, you are not going to ignore it. And also, if it's having a problem, or if somebody's really planning to destroy it, you help it. So, it's all about these kinds of things. And so, labeling as a demon because of its alerts and because of how it sounds and how it acts, that is not the proper way to show love and affection to an electronic toy like that. Clearly, it can wake you up in the middle of the night. But properly showing that thing means that you are taking care of it and you're doing it, and you are doing it seriously. So, and another thing is, all games, all of these deserve to be treated nicely. They don't deserve to be destroyed. They don't deserve to be, they don't deserve to be threatened. So, you're technically, if you're destroying a Bop It or something like that.
Now, I'm watching you stream. 0:15:36.
We're already at 15:36 seconds. Okay, if you're gonna do that, clearly you are not treating it the way it wants to be treated or the way it likes to be treated. So, and if all of you electronic game owners can change that in a certain way, then all these electronic games that were labeled as demons or stuff when they were younger, they can survive longer. And the only way that can happen is if we slow this down. And it's serious. Like, the only way this can really happen is if we change it up and if we slow things down. And so with this change, a lot of these Bop Its can probably survive up to like 19 or 20 years old. Maybe even longer. Of course, nothing is going to survive forever. But, like, we can't make things survive forever. It's just impossible. But we can make things survive we can make things survive. We can increase the lifespan of these by changing it. It will die someday because, stuff wears out, of course. But if we change this, then it can increase the lifespan even by 1, 2, possibly even 3 years. So, thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Yesterday I did update my profile picture, but I can't see my own profile photos. So, if you have anything wrong with my profile photo, like someone who can see, please tell me, because if I don't know right away, then I don't know what changes I need to make in my channel and in my account and stuff like that. So, if you have anything wrong with my profile picture, please tell me, because I need to know. And the second thing is, if you have any requests, please comment to me. I try to follow everybody's requests as best as I can. But sometimes there are two, like George Wu, I'm sorry if I hadn't followed your request, but I always try. I always do. But I end up pushing things ahead, which probably I shouldn't be doing. So, thanks for watching, and thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.